Hello everyone, this video will cover Module 11. Module 11 is the first module for the drama units, so we will start your play reading in this unit, and we will continue for a couple more modules after this. You'll be looking at different plays. This is the last genre of the class, so we did fiction, so short stories, and then we did poetry, and now we're into the drama unit. So you can see that we've got the chapter that you're going to read is called Understanding Drama, and you have an Introduction to Drama quiz. That's pretty standard and self-explanatory. The chapter that you're looking at here is chapter 27, Understanding Drama, and then you're also going to read the play that you're going to read is called The Brute or The Bear by Anton Chekhov. There is a video version of it being performed under the resources tab. So as readings and resources, I have a video. One of the things to remember about plays is that they are a little bit more, I think they're the most difficult genre to read of literature, just because they are a lot more boring to read on the page than they are to watch being performed. One of the things to remember about drama is that it's intended for that performance to be part of it. And so when you're just reading the script, you're not getting half of what you should be getting out of the reading. So really you have to watch it or listen to it at least to be able to understand, you know, why the author might have chosen these specific words, what some of the things like these stage directions and stuff like that, what those mean. And so it can be a challenge to just read it straight off of the page. Now, this particular play is called The Brute or the Bear. It is a translation from the original Russian. So when you watch, if you watch the version I have in the module or like a different version, you may hear different words just because it's different translations. So your response assignment then, this is just kind of a basic writing assignment for you, is just to answer the questions about the play. So you're going to read the play and then you will, I think they're at the bottom here, reading and reacting. So you're just going to answer the questions. And then 9 and 10 kind of go together because 9 is just the quote, and then number 10 is asking you to respond to the quote. So you'll end up with 9 answers. So what you're going to do is just give me your thoughts on that. Some of them are answers that are like specific, and then some of them are answers that are your kind of interpretation of. And so I'm curious to see what you think and what your interpretation is or analysis is of the play. And hopefully you like it. I've always enjoyed this play. It's a comedy, so it's got some funny elements to it. And so once you've done that, then the last part of this module is to get into your research project. So you started getting into understanding more about drama and terminology to discuss drama. Now we are getting into the end of the research project. So we don't have too many more modules left, and that means that the research project is going to be due soon. So now you really want to start thinking about what are you going to do with the topic that you have put through the topic proposal. A couple of modules ago, you proposed a topic that you might use for your research project, and I have given you feedback on that. So now you can start doing your research for it. So the title of the assignment is Research Project, which means that you do have to do some research first. However, how you display the research is up to you, and that's the creativity part of it. I want you to really kind of think outside the box with how you're going to display it. And if you change your mind, like you change your topic or you change your mind on what you want to do, how you want to display it, make sure you send me an email just so that I know that you've changed things, and make sure that I can approve something new, just in case what you're doing is not going to work out. I've got a few links here, and these are just topic ideas. Some of them, might not work, but some of them will give you some different ideas for especially how to display your research. What are you going to do with it is the question. So how do you want us to see it? A lot of students just rely on that good old-fashioned PowerPoint, which isn't bad thing, but really encourage you to think outside of that. Think about something different that you could do. and something that you could create. And so you've got some other way of displaying your research. I do have a link here to the Allen Library databases. There is a lot of good information in the databases. JSTOR tends to be good for literature. And then we have Credo Reference, is kind of like Wikipedia. When you go into any of these databases, it will ask you to log in with your Allen username and password. And so once you've done that once, you should only have to do it once in a session, and then you should be able to access everything. So, you know, if the rings, then whatever it comes up with is going to be whatever's going to help me. And you may find some databases have good stuff and some don't. And so, you know, I've got a synopsis here. I've got this mind map over here that might help me. I've got some more information like the hero's journey and that kind of thing. So there's a lot of stuff in here. It's actually a lot, surprisingly. Or you can search the entire database, all of the databases, and then that will bring up everything that it's in the library that can help you. Now, you don't have to have any physical copies of anything. You can use all online, but you may want to consider actually looking for something that's physical if it applies to what you're doing with, you know, go to a library, do some research there, that kind of thing. So the idea with this project is that it allows you to do a little bit of research, and then you're going to display that in some way. So the assignment that you're going to do with this, so we're kind of taking it in stages. We did the topic proposal. Now you're going to, let me scroll down. Now you're going to turn in a source list. So these are just 5 sources about your research topic. They don't necessarily have to be sources that you are going to use. These are just your planned sources for now. So this may change as you do more research or as you actually work on the project. So if you're going to do, let's say, the Lord of the Rings, and I'm going to make a game based on the Lord of the Rings or something like that, then most of my sources are going to be, you know, the books and the movies, maybe some more information about Tolkien, maybe the Silmarillion, something like that. So those are going to be my sources on my source list. I'm not actually going to cite them anywhere when I create my game, but those are the ones that I looked at in order to, you know, maybe get some inspiration, get the wording accurate or the names accurate or whatever. So that's the kind of thing that I'm thinking of when I ask you to put together a source list. So this is just a list of sources. You don't have to write about any of them, but you're just going to make me a list of sources. I put them in MLA style. It does need to be MLA, not APA. That's a big mistake that students make. Make sure that if you're using a source generator, that you have that set to MLA. You can use, if you need some type of help with it, I don't mind if you use your word tools. Even using an AI tool is fine, as long as you double check to make sure that both the source is real and it's not hallucinated, and that it's correct once you're done with it. So there's lots of examples out there for how to put together MLA sources. If you have questions as you go through this as to what types of sources you ought to be using, let me know. Send me an email. Otherwise, have a great week.